This week I've been reading a manual and I would like to share some of the information because I just think it's priceless and I would advise anyone to go seek it out and download it for themselves. So I'm going to start on page 35 and I'm pleased to say that this chap has written a big list on things, which, as you know, I live by lists. So I'm not the only person, but they are beneficial and hopefully, as I say, you'll find this as interesting as I do. So it's called A Story in Literary Fiction, a manual for writers by William H. Coles, and that comes from fictionwritersmanual.com. I'm going down to page 35 and I just think this is just really interesting, so I'll whiz through it and hopefully I won't make any mistakes. So, guidelines and revisions, essentials. When you read your work, are you engaged? Do you enjoy it? If you don't, even after hundreds of readings, your reader has little chance of enjoying it the first time through. Look for ways to better structure the story for tension and interest, more effective characterization, and increased drama. Are the elements, diction, point of view, characterization, imagery, plot, and theme completely addressed? Check story for most common reasons for story failure. 1 character story, literal recall, too much internal reflection, backstory, excessive exposition. Was your outline effective? If not, identify errors and look for ways to strengthen unity, coherence, theme, characterization, and assure coherent time movement. When reviewing an outline, the drama should be inherently apparent and relate directly to the story. Is the story told in dramatic scenes? Is drama ubiquitous, even in dialogue, action, and narrative passages, and in every sentence? Is theme clear? If not, restructure. Is the essential conflict and resolution clear? Write all scenes with cause and effect in mind. So then he goes on and talks about quality of storytelling. Are characters and narrators' voices vibrant and interesting? Are there spots in your writing where either tone, voice, plot, or dialogue is dampened and ineffective because of mental image or ideas carried from your own life experiences? If so, let your imagination revise. Is there a consistent moral stance for the narrator and characters that is understood by the reader? Are you able to create tension in the story and movement in the plot by using differences in moral attitudes? Are transitions elegant and dynamic? Are they relevant? Is the linking effective? Remember that line spaces are not transitions and should not replace the need for transition. Are your inner story and outer story balanced? The most frequent error is too little outer story to contrast the inner story. Is the story static because of failure to involve the narrator? Check the story for clarity of differences in perspective and diction, the voice, between the narrator and characters. And remember, a narrator is always telling a story that has already happened, and that is often different than the characters experience the story in story time. Perfection. Are you sure there are enough possibilities for the characters to act? This is essential to maintain readers' belief in character and story. Is the first person point of view broad enough? Don't be afraid to expand the first-person character's view of the story. And omnipresent, first person, although difficult to make seamless for the reader, so no rupture as smooth telling occurs, it provides maximum story detail. When using multiple characters in a story, have you lost characters? Keep track of all your characters. Where are they? What are they thinking? What are they doing? Even though most of this information will never be in the story itself. Have you provided too much the reader didn't want to know, usually setting detail, recall and reflection? Have you provided too little of what the reader wanted to know, for characterization as an example? Are your scenes longer in the middle than they are in the beginning and in the end? Keep a good balance and meet reader expectations. Have you created the best voice for the narrator? Avoid sloppy or cute diction, and don't limit the narrator's intelligence. And here come all the don'ts. Don't let the narrator comment on the characters too much. For example, Jamie did not like ice cream. He didn't like Brussels sprouts either. In truth, he was relatively intolerant of all foods. Don't let the narration go over the characters. Excessive telling about things may swamp required character action. Don't let the narrator come too close to the character. The reader must have a sense of the narrator still telling the story and that the character has not taken over the storytelling. Characters are too busy being themselves and carrying the story action to provide the narrator ideas and details. Have you withheld crucial information from the reader to create tension? If so, revise. You should give the reader everything they need to know. Readers will feel betrayed when information is withheld. So this is just sort of like an evaluation at the end of this manual. It's really in depth and really clear to understand, and I just think it's brilliant. So as I say, Story and Literary Fiction, a manual for writers by William H. Coles, fictionwritersmanual.com. I hope you find this interesting, and I will see you again. Bye!